there's no point in only being. Like, only being doesn't bring you anywhere.
Make this easy and painless, yeah?
Oh my god, it feels like I'm in a dentist. With a lot of pain.
Like, there are a million ways to voice what you want to say about the world or what you think about the world. Why music?
I just found this one to be the easiest and the hardest at the same time.
That's a good answer.
Lass dir einfach erstmal die. Markus Nikolaus from the southern part of Germany. I lived in England and Ireland, and I also singing and playing the keyboard since a couple of years. Lived in England first, just for a while, and then I went to Ireland and started playing the piano because my girlfriend had a piano. This is how I kind of started writing songs on the piano.
On the piano?
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you good at it?
No, but I can. I think there's no need to be good at it, right? I've been surfing on the seaside in Clonakilty, and it was shit. Grey weather, rainy. So I went on the street, there were like 40 or 50 pubs. I just went to any of them. And I got in at the bar, ordered a pint of cider, and looked at the pictures on the wall. And it was like Bowie, Dylan, Noel Redding, most like weird people sitting at the same spot where I was. And then I asked the bartender, what's this place like? And they said it's the place of Noel Redding, the bass guitarist of Jimi Hendrix Experience. And then he told me all the stories and introduced myself to the weird part of the music scene, how if you are talented and how if you're on the scene you just can make things easily. And the last sentence he told me was like, Jimi Hendrix died with £7 in his account, and just gave me like a hint of how money is not going to change anything within the art you do.
Does that factor into your art at all? You consider it art?
In a way, how people see money, how people see fame. So, in a way.
He has so much material, he's definitely an artist.
I'm not.
Markus?
Markus is definitely an artist.
He has so much material, I'm definitely fucked up.
Definitely an artist.
Definitely too much material to get
Quantity of material is a good friend of mine said this.
You guys just started working together recently?
Yeah.
And it works the best way if we don't really rehearse, if we just look at ourselves on stage and just get for the feeling in a way. It's a bit about just being spontaneous in a way. Because usually when guys play a record, there's nothing happening but what is not on the record.
If you've done enough work beforehand, if you have enough back catalogue, if you have enough experience, then the shit works out anyway. You know what I mean? In a much cooler way than if you try and figure it out too hard.
Did you, like tonight, did you enjoy jumping in without even knowing the fucking song?
Yeah, we did.
It was the best song.
We did too, yeah, it was
the best song was the one he didn't know at all.
It was the one where you had a vibe on stage where we were both jumping into the unknown and not worrying about if we're getting it right or wrong. I don't know if he's doing the parts right. He doesn't know if I'm doing the parts wrong. You know what I mean?
Then it just goes.
It's much more fucking fun to do.
coming into it? Like, was that a strange thing?
It's usually very strange because I can't rely on people mostly. Because in this way, it was always fine for me as a solo project to just do it on my own because I can just only rely on myself and trust myself. But with Louis just coming down really spontaneously and doing this, we had like a symbiosis going, and coming out of this spontaneous thing, this just happened in a way to be just really nice and really intense, and it's got a good drive. Like at the parts where I usually drop down and go low, he goes really fast and brings it up, so he brings me up again. So this doesn't happen usually at my concerts when I play on my own. It's just like it's like a sinus wave. I go up and down, but I have to carry it all myself, and so he kind of actually gives me more drive and brings me back up again during the show.
Looking for a name that like tries
what's
to
in a name?
Encapsulate everything that you're trying to do, you know what I mean?
No.
Either a name comes and it's there or it's not, so it hasn't happened yet, like a name for us both.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem with the name is the image you get before you have actually heard the music.
Well, with CUNT CUNT CHANEL, did you have problems with that?
Sometimes some festivals rejected me because of the name. They listened to my music and sometimes they said, alright, do you want to play it? Like, that, we actually had the times, and then I, what's your name? And I said CUNT CUNT CHANEL, and they were like, oh, yeah, maybe we check on this too, and then they just sometimes rejected me.
I thought it was like a lesbian rights movement or something. And at the end of the day, the music is so unpolitical, so emotional, so it's not sexualized, it's very pure and very open, and it really, really touched me.
Yeah.
And I thought that that kind of distance between the name and the actual effect of the music is kind of interesting with him. I mean, to grab my attention, CUNT CUNT CHANEL, like, what the fuck is that? Definitely gonna be.
Competing with a DJ. You find that something that's troublesome.
The thing is, I really like the club scene, even though my show is more like a concert because it has songs and breaks in it. There's no constant bass drum or anything going through it. But I think it's really hard if you want to make music in a club scene, because there's always just a setup for a DJ, or always they're set up for DJs, not for concerts, even though they should prepare for such live acts as we are, as friends of mine are, as anyone is who's doing electronic music, in a way where DJs usually play, but you can't always have DJs. Like, there needs to be a difference. There needs to be a cut between the club music and the concert music. Because this is what I like. I don't like people to come to a stage, wait, have expensive beers, and just wait for the show to begin and then to end. I just want this to be like flowing in a way, and this is what a club scene does usually. But only DJs, it's a bit boring in my eyes. So I want to be a part of it. It just needs to be like, it just needs to cross each other in a way. Because I don't want to go back to any concert stage.
For live performance and DJs come to each other.
And I think the scene and I got to practice a bit more.
Yeah.
But this is good. Feels fresh.
There we go. I think we got it, yeah?
We're not there.
You guys ever done acid?
We're not there.
We're not there.
Well, 3, 2, 1. Clack, 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 clack.